talk during my set. All right, guys, so I'm getting married this year. Yep, in Arkansas. Oh, the applause stops. Is that because I can see from your faces that most of you are trying to place Arkansas on a map, and you can't? That's okay. You know, I was looking at a map the other day for the purposes of this joke, and I noticed that all the states in the Northeast are like very tiny and oddly shaped, you know, like the settlers, the colonists were like very particular about dividing up all the land that they stole. But as they moved westward, I don't know, like they got tired or something, you know? Like they were like, Wyoming, I don't know, Jacob, make it a big square. Half the wagon trains died of dysentery. We got bigger problems. Colorado, I don't know, man, do another big square. We gotta fjord this river. Utah, you think we can get away with another square? Put a little top hat on it. Now let's go shoot those Mormons. No, but I know what everyone thinks of Arkansas, right? Come on. That they're all Southern Baptists and ultra-conservative, and they fuck farm animals. Well, shame on you. There are lots of Presbyterians down there. My fiance and I were raised very differently, though. He has 10 sisters. Wow. Arkansas. He's the only boy, right? Head of the family. You guys, we should all have the confidence of a white boy from the South. Give it up, yes. Yep. I mean, I'm kind of hoping it rubs off on me, right? Like in a couple years, I start walking into work like, Kevin, sweetheart, why don't you freshen up my coffee for me? Tyler, toots, shut the fuck up or I'm gonna staple your dick to the wall. And then a third one I haven't written yet. No. My fiance is a feminist. He is, yes, he is a feminist. I mean, you kind of have to be. He's got 10 sisters, so. But, you know, he gets us. He gets women, right? You know, like, I don't know, the other week, like, I was kind of crabby. And he just looks at me and goes, Cuckoo! Your period's coming tomorrow. Speaking of blood, are you guys into true crime? Yeah, some of you are. Some of you are like, no. Please stop talking about it. Well, I have to. All white women do. Yeah, I really like true crime, right? My fiance, not so much. But, you know, I have it on all the time. I throw on a documentary while I clean, and my fiance came home the other day, and I had one on, and he said, you know, my job is really stressful. My commute home is really stressful. I come home, I really need to relax, and I just hear, they found her body decomposing 3 weeks later in the woods. And I said, I would never dump your body in the woods. I would dissolve you in a vat of acid so they couldn't find the remains. No. But I do use true crime to relax, you know? I throw on a podcast, I unroll my yoga mat, and I just... 41 stab wounds and all. Blood spatter evidence indicated she'd been struck from behind. DNA was found under her fingertips. Oh, I solved it. The husband did it. The husband always does it. Here's a tip. If you think there's even a chance you'll want to murder somebody, do not marry that person. Because the cops will come for you faster than you can say namaste. One thing I did notice, though, watching all these documentaries and podcasts and stuff, is that the families and friends of the victims, they always describe the victims like, she lit up a room. Did she? I don't light up any rooms. I'd like people to be honest at my funeral, you know? I'd like them to come and say things like, she was a great sister and a great big slut. She was very kind. She killed her hamster in the 2nd grade, and we're not sure it was an accident. Or, that woman did not floss. She just lied through her teeth about it. That last one is my dentist. He's fucking hilarious, you guys. You know, one thing that I do notice, though, is that got you. Is that, like, when the cops find a diary of a victim, right? Like, they treat that as the gospel truth, right? So I've been keeping a diary. And it's full of suspects. Like the other week at work, this woman replied all to an email, and she started, I know, immediately. She started it, Annie, per my last email. Oh, no! Oh, bitch went right in my diary. Dear diary, per this diary entry, Cindy from accounting is trying to kill me. Have fun, Cindy. Business jargon, per my last email. We'll circle back on this. Let's take this offline. You all know. Let's take this offline has the same energy of, you know, when you were a kid and you'd be out in public with your parents and, you know, you'd ask your mom a question like, Mom, why do you and Dad have a swing in your bedroom? She'd get down real low and say, let's talk about this later. It's the same energy. So if we're ever in a meeting and someone says to me, let's take this offline, you know, a couple weeks later, you might hear on the news, a set of unidentified remains were found in a vat of acid today. Thank you guys so much. Thanks for coming to the show.